In the past, we have looked at a bunch of different scout weapon concepts, and that's been really fun, and you guys have seemed to really enjoy that, so why not mix that up a little bit? I main both scout and sniper, and play a lot of soldier as well, so I want to start looking at weapon concepts for not just the scout. And I think I found something for you lot today that actually looks really nice. This, as you're seeing on your screen right now, is the Old Betty. I'm currently using this skin on the upper hand, but you can actually use it on any sniper rifle other than the stock. The link to it will be in the description. So as you can see, it kind of looks like an AK with a scope on it. And that's the idea I'm going to be going for with this video when we talk about the stats and what we think this weapon will even really do. But before we do that, I just want to ask that you lot click the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. It's my birthday like a month. I'd love to see if we can hit 120k before then. So because like I mentioned, this thing looks like an AK with a scope on it, I think we should use that to make the weapon stats. I think it would be really cool if you could fire this weapon a fair bit faster than you can shoot the regular sniper rifle, and you don't have to unscope after each shot either. Which, you know, sounds really good, but if you didn't do anything else to this weapon and just left it like that, it would be ridiculously overpowered. So let's try and stop that from happening. I think if you were going to try and make this thing shoot faster and not have to scope out between shots, this damage needs to be so much lower than the regular sniper rifle. Like, I'm thinking literally 40 or 50 damage headshots on this thing. So your aim is going to have to be mega to quickly take out a class like the scout or the sniper. I know this is going to sound a little bit like a gun from CSGO, but I would like it if this weapon had a little bit of recoil to it. So you can't just line up a headshot once and click really quickly 3 times. You had to actually aim 3 different times, and it was quite a good measure of skill. I do kind of feel like this faster firing and lower damage means this thing works a little bit more like a scoped SMG rather than, you know, a sniper rifle. That could technically mean that this thing could turn into a secondary. Who knows? And also, this thing will be like an AK, an actual rifle rather than a sniper rifle. So the damage fall off on it won't actually be too good. It will still do decent damage from a good range away, but it won't do the 150 headshot damage or even the full power headshot of this thing if we say it's 40 or 50. It won't be doing that across the map. But it would be better than an SMG from really long range, and hopefully like a pistol or a bunch of other weapons that a bunch of other classes have. Just so then there's actually like a reason to use it. It's not just come into the game and it's ridiculously underpowered if you're too far away from an enemy. It does have its uses and there are better ways of using it. But I still think like medium range fighting would be a pretty good place for this gun to be, and maybe it can ramp up as you get closer to an enemy, but I don't really think that's going to be necessary if this thing shoots fairly quickly. You could just make the ramp up damage actually just coincide with whatever the firing speed is. If the firing speed is really quick, then there's going to be no damage ramp up. If it's a little bit slower, then maybe as you get closer to people, you do a bit more damage because you're not firing that quick. Do I necessarily think that this idea that I've had for this gun is the best ever, and, you know, this needs to be added right now and it needs to be in the game exactly how I've said it? Probably not, because I'm just making stuff up. But I think it would be cool to see a gun like this in TF2 because I don't think we really have that. I know in Team Fortress 2 Classic there is a scoped revolver or a scoped sniper rifle type thing that doesn't have a scope, but you can ADS with it, and it's actually one of the most fun weapons I've ever used in a TF2 type game. In fact, it's probably one of my most popular videos on my channel, the video where I tried to use that gun, and I feel like this gun should be something a little bit like that. I have to be honest, I don't really make these videos to come up with the most realistic weapon that you could potentially see in TF2. I make these videos to show off cool stuff that I've found that, you know, I think would be cool to see. I'm not an expert at weapon stats, never claimed to be. I'm just making stuff up and trying to come up with some cool concept stats to go along with a cool concept weapon. So in the comments down below, let me know what you guys think this weapon should do, because a lot of you are a lot better at this than I am. And with that, that is all I have for the video. Make sure you leave it a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.